The Age of Adaline isn't really so much about Adaline. I mean, don't get me wrong, she is the main character and she has the most screen time and we follow her throughout the decades. But the story itself, the main change, the heart of the story belongs to another character. She's the one we follow through the decades because she never ages, but she's more of a constant. The real transformation, the real story, belongs to someone else. And believe it or not, it's Harrison Ford's character, William Jones, who doesn't even show up until about halfway through the film. Hello, I'm Kevin Harris, and I help people understand themselves by helping them understand the stories that resonate with them.
Tell me something I can hold on to forever and never let go.
Let go.
I'm not sure why I didn't see this movie when it first came out years ago, but I'm really glad that I didn't because I needed it now. It resonated more now. So let's start with the obvious question that came to my mind while watching this movie. Why would a major actor like Harrison Ford be brought into a film an hour in, seemingly for a minor role? You'd think they'd save his screen time for something impactful, and that's precisely what they did. Because while it looks like a small role at first glance, William Jones becomes the emotional heart of the story. The key to understanding the Age of Adaline is realizing that it isn't just about an ageless woman wandering through time. It's about the people she leaves behind, the lives she touches, and the regrets they carry.
It's very complicated textures of personal relationships, and I think it's very clever construction.
Adaline, played by Blake Lively, is a static character, and that's intentional. She tries to remain emotionally frozen, much like her physical appearance. Her refusal to let people in is summed up perfectly in one of her lines.
I know almost nothing about you.
It's better this way.
She's lived for over a century, but she's not really living.
All these years, you've lived, but you've never had a life.
Instead, she's a mirror reflecting the lives and feelings of those around her. And this brings up William. When we first meet him, he's a man seemingly satisfied with his life. The layers start peeling back quickly.
Has his head in the stars, literally. He's an astronomer.
William's life with his wife Kathy was one built on stability and shared experiences, but it was always shadowed by the memory of Adaline.
We were very close.
This unspoken history created an invisible distance in his marriage, a gap that Kathy might have sensed, but never fully understood.
Yeah, you remember the comet I told you about, the one that my dad discovered? He named it Della C 1981.
He named the comet after the woman he never stopped searching for.
Still haven't told me your name.
Adaline Bowman! But my friends call me Della.
My dad is still looking.
A woman who simply vanished from his life without explanation.
I was gonna propose to her.
When Della re-enters his life, William is shaken to his core, not just because of the miracle of her unchanged appearance, but because it forces him to face the truth that while he loved Kathy, he had never truly let go of his first love.
But I'm remembering things that I didn't even know I remembered.
Well, I hate feeling like second choice.
This revelation shakes their marriage, but ultimately, it allows it to flourish.
I love you.
I love you too.
It highlights the complexity of love, showing how William's relationship with Kathy was real and deep, yet always haunted by the lingering what if of Adaline.
She loved you too.
There's this moment that really stands out, where Adaline finally admits that she is the same woman that he knew before. You can see it in his eyes, the disbelief, the joy, the pain, because Adaline represents more than just a past love. She's the embodiment of every love that's ever slipped away from anyone. And this is where the film shifts. It's no longer just about Adaline's supernatural predicament. It's about the nature of love itself, and how love doesn't age. Memories don't age. They might get tucked away, covered in layers of life's responsibilities and new relationships, but they don't disappear. William needed closure. He needed to finally put to rest the idea of Adaline as the love of his life.
That's why you left. That's why you disappeared.
When he throws the car keys to Ellis, it's more than just a gesture of approval. It's a symbol of letting go for himself. William is giving his son permission to pursue a future that he couldn't have, without the baggage of his father's past. It's a moment of passing the torch, but it's also William acknowledging that his chapter with Adaline, no matter how beautiful or tragic, is over. And that moment where he confronts Adaline, realizing the truth, it's not just shock we see in Harrison Ford's performance, it's relief. Relief that he wasn't crazy for holding on to that love for so long, but also relief in finally being able to let go of it. William's wife, Kathy, wasn't the main love of his life, at least not until that moment. The movie suggests that true love is not about one grand, unchanging passion. It's about the willingness to move forward, to embrace the present while making peace with the past. In contrast, Ellis's love for Adaline represents the simplicity and purity of young love.
How do you know?
Because nothing makes sense without her.
William sees this in his son and realizes it's the same kind of love he once felt for Adaline. But here's the twist. While love doesn't age, people do. And sometimes, part of maturing is letting go of the love that wasn't meant to last. Not because it wasn't real, but because holding on to it prevents us from fully living.
So here's to Kathy, love of my life, mate of my soul, mother of my lovely children.
Let go.
When you think about it, the Age of Adaline is about those fleeting moments that define our lives. The loves that shape us, the decisions we can't take back, and the people we carry with us long after they're gone. Adaline represents the eternal what if, the love that got away. But William shows us what it means to finally make peace with those memories, to acknowledge that while love might not age, our understanding of it can.
The better our instruments get, the farther we can see. But not into the future, into the past. The events whose light hasn't even reached us yet.
The Age of Adaline resonates not because of its fantastical premise, but because it touches on a universal truth. Love, in all its forms, leaves an indelible mark on our lives. It's not always the love that stays that defines us, but sometimes the love that gets away. William's journey is a reminder that the past, with all of its beauty and pain, is just a chapter. It's not the whole story. And letting go isn't about forgetting, it's about making space for the present and the future.
Kathy.
And that is the moral of this story. Thank you very much for subscribing and ringing the bell, and we'll see you on the next one.
Perfect.